Hello, Steve Mills here. It's great to be back again, sharing some tried, tested, and proven and great ways to grow your business. Or at least I hope that's what I'm doing. Today I'm coming at it a little bit different. I want to talk to you about why table tennis is exactly like business. It's exactly like sales. It's exactly like marketing. And I'm going to use an analogy about what you need to do to be a great table tennis player to what you need to do to be a world-class business. And some of you may know, maybe we've got some table tennis players watching. I hope we have. But I also hope we've got some business people watching. Some of you may know, some of you may know me and my past, and that past includes being an international standard table tennis player. I was in the top 10 players in England for many years. Beat several of the world's leading players. I played professionally for over 10 years. Back years ago, I'm pretty much past it now. The dinosaurs were roaming the earth when I played, but it was a few years ago. But it gave me a great insight, I think, into life. I think sports are a fantastic medium for life and business. It's all about, certainly about winning, but it's all about, maximizing your resources, getting the best out of yourself, getting the best out of your team, utilizing other people to help you achieve your goals and help them achieve their goals, and so on and so forth. And so why is table tennis like business? Well, I'd say, it's like it in many ways. It's all about, winning and losing. And, if you're playing at table tennis, these days it's up to 11. And so, at 10 all, the difference between one player and another is only a real small amount. And when it comes down to that proposal in business, the difference between winning the £50,000 order and not is a real small amount. So there's similarities there. You've got to get over the line. But the thing I want to really talk to you about is the similarity, or really, I suppose, the mistake that I believe table tennis players make, and so do people in business. And that is not understanding the numbers. Not understanding the numbers. So if you're a table tennis player and you're watching this video right now, I want to ask you, what percentage of serves, when you serve, what percentage of times do people not get your serve back? What are your numbers there? Okay, so if you hit a forehand, how many winners, what percentage, or how many winners have you hit in the last year? How many forehand winners have you hit in the last year? And what about the backhand? What about mistakes? How many, what percentage of the points that you lose are lost because you've made a mistake? Is it 10% or 90%? And what I'm trying to get to here is to get you as a table tennis player to understand the numbers, the key performance indicators, to give it a business context, key performance indicators in your game of table tennis that you need to understand in order to improve those numbers. Because if you don't know the numbers, how do you know what you should be practicing? If I go and I think, well, a few backhands and a few forehands, and then have a game and, do a couple of drills and stuff, well, that's okay. But if I know in the last month that, I've lost 30% of my points when I open up with a backhand topspin, then maybe that's not good enough. I want to win more points with that. When I say I've lost 30%, I mean 30% of the time I've missed. I've actually hit it off when I've hit that shot. That's no good. You got to get over that. You got to become better. So, there's no doubt load more numbers that you could think of. It might be when you do a topspin serve that you win 60% of your points, but when you do a backspin serve, you only win 30%. Well, wouldn't it be good to know that? To know that when you do this, you win more points. And when you do that, you don't. And yet when I talk to table tennis players, and I'm talking about players at a top level here, or certainly, people I'm associating with now are at least top local league or perhaps county players. But I do know this is the same with international players, even some of the best players in the world that I've recently spoken to. They don't know their numbers. Now, for those of you who aren't table tennis players, perhaps you play other sports and you could still reconcile that with those sports. But you take a sport like tennis. Do you think Roger Federer knows his numbers? Does he know that when he serves out wide on the backhand that he wins, in the last year he wins 39% of his points with his second serve, doing a slice serve wide to the backhand, he wins 39%. Yeah, absolutely he does. And so if you don't, but you did, then you've got an opportunity to improve. Now, how does that affect business? Well, it's exactly the same. That's why table tennis and business are the same. You look at your numbers, numbers like your profit, numbers like your turnover, numbers like your hourly rate, numbers like the number of people who come to your website each day or each month, number of inquiries that come in, the number of leads you get on LinkedIn, the conversion rate of lead to sale, the average unit of sale, the lifetime value of a customer. How much is a customer worth to you each time they come on board? Because without that, how do you know how much you can spend to acquire that customer in the first place? You've got no idea. Your numbers like the number of emails you send out and your open rate. These are all key performance indicators in your business. And I could count the number of businesses that know these numbers on my fingers. And I'm talking, I've been doing this for ever since I packed in doing table tennis, which was in my late 20s. I've been doing this. Yeah. And that's a long time. It's way over 25 years to give you a clue. And, that being the case, I'm really on a mission to try and prevent that from happening, because I think it's a terrible thing. We'll put all my time, my money, my effort into table tennis or football or whatever it is you do in the sport world. But in a business, you're risking your life, your money, your house, your relationship, your family, your reputation, and yet you don't know your numbers. You don't know your KPIs. And if you don't know your KPIs, how do you know what you need to work on in order to improve them? You could be saying, well, this is not very good. My website's not creating any business. So I'm going to design a new website. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. Well, it could be. It's not winning any business because nobody's visiting it. You're not getting any traffic. So it doesn't matter whether you've got a £50,000 state-of-the-art best website in the world. If nobody visits it, what's the point? Or it could be the other way around. You're getting, you go, right, well, we're going to spend some more money on pay-per-click advertising. That's a good thing to do, Steve. And so you put a load more money in driving traffic to a website that doesn't convert. Why would you do that? And so that's two really good examples of what not understanding your KPIs, your key performance indicators, your numbers, can do for your business. So if you want to know more, I'd love to be your coach. I'd love to be your person there, helping, advising. I've done this for years. I've helped businesses make millions upon millions of pounds of extra unforeseen income by making sure, A, that they understand their numbers, and B, through my experience, my knowledge that I've picked up for over 25 years, helping them improve those numbers. And that's what being effective in business is all about. It's about understanding the numbers and then improving those numbers. If you want to know more, contact me on www.stevemills.co. go to my website, sign up there for a free and no cost strategy review meeting. So go to my website, sign up. There's a panel there where you can gain access to my diary, see when I'm available, book your time in. We can do it over the phone, we can do it over the web, or you can do it in person in our office in Portsmouth. So thank you ever so much for listening, and I look forward to speaking with you and meeting you. And if we can help further, that would be fantastic. Look forward to it. Bye.